The Soul Society arc is one of the greatest, if not the greatest arc in all of battle manga because of how much it accomplishes. This arc alone manages to exponentially expand the world, concepts, and characters, all while being a well-written and engaging story. The first arc of Bleach, the Agent of Shinigami arc, is a compilation of short and episodic stories where Ichigo and his friends have to battle hollows. The characters never required much training and weren't in too much danger, but with the Soul Society arc, that all changes. Two Shinigami kidnap Rukia and easily defeat Ichigo. Now Ichigo and company have to train hard and go up against the Soul Society, who were previously thought to be their allies. A majority of the power system in Bleach is introduced in this arc. The Soul Society arc introduces and explains Shikai and Bankai. These two abilities forever change the way Bleach handles its fights and are used in nearly every single battle after this. Shinigami almost never fight without activating their Shikai again. With these two concepts alone, the creativity of battles expands. Before this, we only knew that a Shinigami had a sword and could use some spells. Because of this, the creativity of fights relied on the powers of the hollows they were fighting in order to make them distinct. During and after this arc, all Shinigami are given unique powers hidden in their sword that can reach an even more powerful form. The fighting changes from swinging a sword to utilizing the sword's special powers in creative ways, no longer needing to rely on the hollow's powers. The powers vary from melee Shikai like Zabimaru to Kido Shikai like Ruriiro Kujaku to elemental Shikai like Hyorin Maru. This arc also completes the foundation of Shinigami combat, Zanken Soki. Zanjutsu, or swordsmanship, wasn't affected much, but the other four pillars were. Hakuda was introduced and shown off through characters like Yoroichi and Soifan. Ho-Ho was introduced and used by many Shinigami in the form of Shunpo, which is used in nearly every fight afterwards. Kido was expanded upon, revealing the categories such as Bakudo, Hado, and Healing Kido. This one arc basically creates Bleach's power system, but it doesn't stop there, as it shows you many examples of these new powers. Many Bankai and even more Shikai are revealed in this one arc. Various new Kidos are also shown off. On top of that, this arc introduces Getsuga Tensho, Ichigo's signature move that is used in almost every fight. It also introduces Ichigo's Hollow Mode, a power-up that will continue to play a very important role in the future with the Visored. Before this, Ichigo could only fight with a sword, and Rukia could only cast a few Kidos. Because of this arc, Ichigo and Rukia have Shikai, Bankai, Shunpo, and the former has Getsuga Tensho. The arc also expands the world of Bleach. The Soul Society, the home to Shinigami, is introduced along with locations like the Seirei and Rukongai, building the world of Bleach. The Gotei 13, an extremely important organization, is also introduced. This also alters the storytelling in Bleach. Previously, Ichigo would stay in the living world and battle hollows with his team, but with the introduction of the Gotei 13, he now has allies, allowing for the arcs to essentially become wars between Shinigami and an opponent group. The creation of the Gotei 13 introduces a plethora of characters to us. Around 26 new characters appear in this arc. All of them have distinct character designs, memorable personalities, and unique relationships with their squad. Byakuya, Renji, Kenpachi, Ikaku, Yubichika, Toshiro, Mayuri, and Rangiku arguably become main characters in the future, or at least prominent supporting characters. In this arc, 16 of the Shinigami reveal their Shikai, and 4 of them use their Bankai. This arc also introduces the future antagonist, Aizen, and his 2 subordinates who betray the Soul Society. Aizen also greatly changes the game down the road when he is revealed to have been controlling almost everything in the story so far to his will. The story is also action-packed and engaging. It starts off with our main characters entering the Soul Society and training at the Shiba's house before starting their invasion, where multiple life or death battles take place. All of the battles are exciting and arguably the best in Bleach, with Ichigo vs Byakuya being the greatest of all of them. Other exceptional fights include Ichigo vs Kenpachi, Ichigo vs Renji, Renji vs Byakuya, Yoriichi vs Soifan, Uryu vs Mayuri, and Kenpachi vs Tosen. The only other arc with battles that could reach this quality would be the 1000-Year Blood War arc. There is also a B-plot where Aizen fakes his death and manipulates the entire Gotei 13 from the shadows, which serves as a great plot twist to resolve the conflict. The ideological battle between Ichigo and Byakuya was also complex. Byakuya follows the law in order to serve as an example for all Shinigami, even if it means killing his sister, because he believes that if he doesn't, no one else has a reason to. Ichigo believes that if the law is unfair or wrong, he should fight against it. When the orders that were given turn out to be given by Aizen, the Shinigami no longer have any reason to kill Rukia and side with the Ryoka. Many other Shinigami switched sides earlier, showing their differing moralities and values among them. Throughout these fights, characters get both definitions of character development. Their past and character are fleshed out, and they change as a person as the story moves forward, resulting in them switching sides. Byakuya is the greatest example of this. His backstory is revealed, the reason why he acts the way he does is explained, and he decides not to blindly follow orders anymore after his fight with Ichigo. Renji is another great example. His history is shown, and before his battle with Ichigo, he would follow Byakuya's orders, but afterwards, he was willing to fight his captain and go against orders to save his childhood friend. In conclusion, the Soul Society arc is one of the greatest arcs of all time because of the sheer amount of things it does for Bleach and being a compelling and binge-worthy story on its own. This arc has the greatest rescue mission I've seen in anime or manga. The arc basically creates Bleach's power system. It also introduces over half of the supporting cast that will play major roles in future arcs, also developing said characters. It also introduces the biggest antagonist and shows off how cunning he is, also setting up the Arrancar arc. It has a well-developed and believable ideological battle, and it does a lot of world building, introducing even more concepts and fleshing out the Soul Society and the world as a whole. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.